Hello everyone, I am Dr. Ruchi Srivastava, Faculty of Management Department. We will discuss the topic of performance management cycle today. The performance management cycle, if we define about it, is a model that allows the management and employees to achieve better organizational goal through a structured process of the employee development. In the performance management, we focus upon the performance of the employee. We try to enhance the performance of an employee. The performance management cycle basically consists of 4 main stages. There are 4 steps which help in managing the performance of the employee. What are these 4 steps? First step is planning, second is monitoring, third is reviewing, and the fourth is the rewarding. I will be explaining all the 4 topics very slowly and very in a simple language to understand in an easier manner. In the planning stage, the groundwork for the success is laid down before management talks to the employee. The management team should meet and decide the organization goals and objectives for the year. For this, they have to collect before the execution. They have to sit together, management as well as the employee, to understand what they have to achieve in the next year. This involves the overall strategy for the business, but also the personal objective for all the employees and the team, including the development goals, specific tasks, targets, action and the behavior. What happens in the planning? They sit together, employee and the management, and they work together to set their targets, to set their action, to set their desired behavior which they will be requiring to get it obtained in the next coming year. So this is what is called as the planning, which is the first step of the performance management. Once the management teams knows what they have to do, how they have to do, what is the time to meet with the employee, their target of the performance which is given to them, accordingly they make a strategic plan for the year. So in this meeting, the goal should be clearly outlined with the concept of the SMART objective. Whenever any company is giving the goals, objective and target to the employees, they follow a pattern which is called as a SMART pattern. What is called it? It is called as a SMART pattern. S-M-A-R-T is SMART. What does the SMART means? S stands means specific. S stands means specific. The goal has to be clearly outlined with detailed information such as what is to be achieved, how well it must be done and why it is important. So the goal has to be very clearly specific. Second is measurable. The goal, the target which is given to the employees, which is given to the performer, they have to be, the goals have to be definite. It should be a measurable indicator to tell whether it can be achievable or it has to be achieved in a proper manner. That means the target, the goal which is given is something which can be measurable, which can be quantifiable. So S stands for specific, M stands for measurable, A stands for, the third is what? A is achievable. While the goal should be stretch the employee, it should not be lofty as not to be, but it should be realistically at all. Whatever the targets, goal which you are giving to the employees, it has to be realistically. It has to be achievable. Suppose you are sending a guy to work out in the Ladakh, then you cannot give a very high target because the population is not as high if you talk about the UP and the Bihar. So definitely the target has to be set in such a manner that it is achievable. It is realistic. And the next important is R. What do you mean by R? R talks about the relevant. Whatever the goal which is given to you, it has to be aligned with both the employee's job and overall the organizational goals of the organization. Whatever the targets, goal which has been given to the employees, it has to bring a balance between the employee's jobs and the overall goals of the organization. That is, it is satisfying to both the people. That is to the employees as well as the organization's goals and the mission. And the next is T. What do you mean by T? That is the time bond. Time bond, which is very important. Smart ka the last portion is T. T is time bond. Whatever the goals which is being given to you has a certain limitation of the time. There should be a definite timeline as to when this goal should be completed. So this was the first step of the performance management cycle, that was the planning, which is governed under the SMART. The second step is called as a monitoring. What do you mean by the monitoring? Monitoring in an easy language is called as a observation. In the performance management cycle model, monitoring is the key function in achieving the goals set out in the planning stage. The monitoring will not be as effective, however, if it is only done once or twice during the year. It is advised that the management meets with the employees on a monthly or quarterly basis to check in on the progress. In holding the monthly or quarterly meeting with the employees, the management more easily oversee the process. This is very important part, that is the monitoring. Third is reviewing. Third part is reviewing. What do you mean by the reviewing? Reviewing talks about the evaluation part. At the end of the year, the management and the employees meet to review the previous year and see if these goals were met or not. During the review, they check it whether the targets were met or not. This evaluation should include such question as was the original goal realistic? Was the goal in line with the organizational objectives? These are the questions which help in reviewing and evaluate your performance. Did the employee gain the useful experience or the skills while achieving his target? How well did the employee complete their tasks? Did the organization offer the proper support to the employee to achieve the targeted goals? In what way could future goals be set different to ensure the success? What aspect of this process could be streamlined or improved? This is what we do in the review process, which is a very important part of the performance management cycle. The employee can see their present perspective on how well they did during the year and receive the feedback from the management team, how well they met or exceed their goals. If they have been performing issues during the year, it is the place where they can come up with their problems. So during the review period, if any employee has any kind of problems which he has encountered during achieving the goal, he can come and discuss during this part. So this is a very important aspect, that is review, evaluating your past and identifying the mistake, and so that in the future these things are not incorporated and the targets could be very well defined. Fourth, which is the last important component of the performance management cycle, is the rewarding. The final stage of the performance management cycle plan is the reward. It is the one that is the most important for employee motivation. Employee who do not receive a proper reward after a year of striving to meet the organizational goal and succeeding in doing so will lose the motivation for the next year. So it is necessary that they should be rewarded at the right time in the right manner. This might lose, if they are not rewarded, they might lose their faith in their organization, feel that their talents are not being very well appreciated, and begin searching for the another job, which might lead to the high attrition rate. When the management keeps on fairly rewarding the employees and gives them recognition for their efforts, they are ensuring that those employees will continue to work to achieve the organizational goals. These rewards should be a merit based. A good performer deserves the reward. So what kind of rewards is being offered? I'll name some rewards that might be offered or that are being offered in the present scenario. That is increase in the compensation, your salary is increased. Correct. Next is a company is giving a one-time bonus. Bonus is not of 20,000, 30,000. A handsome amount is given as a bonus to an employee. Many companies like Reliance is giving a one-time bonus to their performance. That is, sometimes they pay 2 lakhs, sometimes they pay 10 lakhs. Heavy amount is given as a one-time bonus. And the next is the increased vacation time. They are giving a relaxation time. They are giving the paid leaves where the employee can go and relax and chill themselves. This is also one of the form of getting the reward from the management. You also get some international projects which is outside India. In the multinational companies are normally sending the employees to the Germany, to the Japan, to the China, to the US for the better exposure. If you are a merit based performer, you get that kind of a rewards. You get a promotion, which is very important. If you are getting the A grade, you are a good performer, you are getting the promotion. Your hierarchy is being increased. Plus, you also get a very good positive review like the best employee of the year. Appreciation letter is also given by the management who recognizes you, your merit performance. So, thus we can say that performance management do play a very crucial role in enhancing the performance of the employee with reference to the changing competitive environment. So, performance management is the demand of today, and it is being now focused by the management also. I hope the topic is very clear to you. So, please do like, share and subscribe the Tecnia TV.